to stop Hitler from killing himself, Episode 2. You see, the Allies wanted to make sure they captured Hitler at the end of World War II, but Hitler was probably going to kill himself, so that wasn't going to happen. If only there was a way to stop Hitler from killing himself. Well, in 1943, psychologists at the Harvard Psychological Institute had some ideas. Their plan was to say that if they captured Hitler, they were going to exile him to St. Helena, which is the same island they exiled Napoleon to. This is important because Hitler admired and looked up to Napoleon. Therefore, if Hitler believed that he could live out a retirement on the same island that one of his idols did, he might be compelled to surrender and allow himself to be captured, rather than kill himself. Of course, this was all going to be a lie. They were never actually going to send him to St. Helena, and I don't think this plan ever got implemented to try and lie to Hitler, so... How do you stop Hitler from killing himself? You see, the Allies wanted to capture Hitler at the end of World War II, so they could put him on trial and kill him. But as we all know, the Austrian painter decided to unalive himself. So, how could this have been prevented? What manipulation tactics could the Allies have used to stop Hitler from killing himself? Well, in 1943, psychologists from the Harvard Psychological Institute had a couple of ideas. Their first idea was to make propaganda, saying that if Hitler kills himself, he is taking the easy way out. He is a coward, he is fleeing the German people because he knows he's losing, okay? So drop these leaflets all over Germany, painting Hitler's suicide as an act of betrayal. And then Hitler's stuck, because if he shoots himself, well then he looks like a coward because you've just dropped loads of leaflets saying that he'll be a coward if he kills himself. But if he doesn't kill himself, he gets captured. So it's a lose-lose for Hitler. From what I can tell, this plan was never implemented, but it was a fun idea. This book predicted Hitler's suicide 2 years before it happened. You see, in 1943, psychologists at the Harvard Psychological Institute produced a report on their psychological analysis of Adolf Hitler. They said that at the end of the war, Hitler might try and kill himself. And while they were right, they did get a few of the predictions wrong. They thought he'd try and make his suicide as dramatic as possible. Retreat to the top of an impregnable hill. Wait until the Soviet troops come to get him, and blow the hill to smithereens, going out in a blaze of glory. This would make him a martyr, and this last sacrifice would inspire thousands of Germans to rise up and revolt against the Allies. In reality, though, Hitler took some cyanide, then shot himself in a bunker. Here is a dilemma that could have changed the fate of German history forever. See, defeating Hitler was very difficult. However, something the Allies worried would be even more difficult was defeating Hitler's reputation. See, if the Allies had managed to capture Hitler and they killed him, then thousands of Germans would have risen up against the Allies. But if they exiled him, then once again, he becomes a martyr. So the question we have here is, if the Allies had captured Hitler, what could they have done with him to ensure that no Nazi propagandist could have ever put a positive spin on it? Well, in 1943, psychologists from the Harvard Psychological Institute had an idea. See, Hitler was known to have frequent neurotic spells in which he wept and yelled. So their plan was to put Hitler in a mental asylum, wait for him to have a neurotic spell in which he wept and yelled, and film it, okay? And put it on the telly for every German to see. You have to show the German people that their former Führer is a madman, that he cannot be respected. You must repeat this process again and again and again. Every time Hitler has a neurotic spell, broadcast it. German people must turn on their telly to watch episode 55 of Hitler Cries in the Corner, then yells uncontrollably.